This budget, and I must commend my distinguished colleagues, especially distinguished comrade Adam Soshomele, whom have so much interest in national issues. I'm here, Senator Kenneth, Chairman, Senate Committee on Information and National Orientation. I'm here to present the budget of the ministry and all the agencies under Ministry of Information. And we have, under that ministry, 9 agencies. Number 1 is Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN. Okay. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would have loved to take time, but for the exigencies of time, I will quickly rush through it. We are aware of the importance of the information sector in this country, and the Chairman, Senate Committee on Army just presented a very important issues here when defending on the increase in the insurgency and other vices in our society. And I want to say that the information sector play a major role in curbing these vices and menaces, especially the aspect of National Orientation Agency. And Chairman, I think
please, you can continue.
Let's defend on Monday. No, because I wanted appropriation to take note. This is a very important.
You should continue, sir.
I hope you will add.
I am with you.
Add effect to whatever.
I am with you on this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Continue.
You take note on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole of the ministry and agency. Because of time, let me just talk on the capital component, because we adopted the overhead and the personnel costs because we know those ones are controlled. So we are not concerned much about the personnel costs, because I know whenever there's an increase in salary of other MDAs, it will reflect in their own. But when it comes to capital component of the whole ministry and this agency, having a total sum of 6,797,020,000 naira for a whole ministry and agencies of 9 of them. I wonder what that kind of amount can do in an information sector that is so dynamic and much is expected from them. We are in the era of renewed hope agenda, where we need information to play a major role in that regard, to drive the policies of the government, to educate and sensitize the public on the policies of the government. I think we need enough fund to drive this agenda of Mr. President. And we are having NTA, we're supposed to be the image maker of the country, having a sum of 928 million naira son, and this particular station have their offices across the country. And if you go to, I can even ask you about your state, you can know the status of their office in your state. I wonder how these people can compete in such a competitive environment. And these are giving room for international media to take over our media space. And these people feed the country of whatever information they want to give you, because they have taken over. And this is part of the causes of the insecurity that is ever increasing on a daily basis, because they have taken over our people and feed them with information. I believe when this sector is well funded, it will do well in reducing the insecurity in this country. Mind you, the country needs the reorientation. A lot of information has negatively affected their psyche. That's why somebody can be brainwashed to the extent that he can commit suicide. We have suicide bombers in the past, years past. We have nothing like that. But because certain people have taken time to work on the psyche on these people, that shows the power of information. I believe when this institutions and agencies are empowered and given enough fund, they will have some creative ideas, they have some content which they will begin to feed Nigerians and to begin to affect their understanding and their conduct positively, and it will drive down, it will help to reduce insecurity in this country. Having said that, I'll go to other institutions like Radio Nigeria. You agree with me that a station like Radio Nigeria, which should be competing with BBC, cannot compete because all their stations we visited have all obsolete transmitters that cannot even work with this today's technology, and that has rendered most of their station non-functional. Even ordinary power generating set to power their transmitter, they cannot remain on air for good 24 hours, and this is happening across the country. And you can agree with me, it is only BBC Hausa that is feeding the country the information they want to have. We should have our own counterpart like the Radio Nigeria to be the #1 station that Nigerians will be listening to. But when they are not on the air, when they are not being empowered to do their statutory function and obligations, I wonder what we are going to do. When we stepped down this budget defense, we invited DG office, the budget office, and the Minister of Budget and National Planning, whom sent his permanent secretary. We tried to interact with them to see, reason with us, to see whether this party song will have any significant impact in our media set, which they agree with us, that it will not do that, but they are handicapped with the envelope system, but they are going to have a review of the funding system. I want to tell you authoritatively that with the sum that is given to this sector, they cannot be able to perform their constitutional mandate of both electronic media transmission and press transmission. I would want to tell you that even the press council was removed completely from budget last year. And each time we raised it last year, they said these are revenue generating agencies. And I wonder, how can an agency that is not functional be able to generate revenue? Where are they going to drive the fund? They have been sidelined. The private media have taken over the space because of non-competence, because they were not provided adequate funds to do their duties. So they cannot be competent to remain in the field. So thereby, the people are not patronizing them in terms of advert, in terms of generating revenue. So that has hampered them, their performance. So on that note, the Committee of Joint Session of House of Representatives and the Senate have made some recommendation for this wonderful committee, and I personally appeal that this committee, which I'm part of, this appropriation committee, consider it seriously with the emphasis on reviewing this envelope, reviewing the appropriation, so that they will be able to perform their constitutional mandate of communicating to Nigerians. Thank you. On that note, I humbly make my submission to the Appropriation Committee. Thank you very much.